If you remodel or do DIY work, an oscillating multi-tool is one of the most useful tools you can own. It's especially good for precise plunge cuts that other saws just can't do. But if you've ever tried cutting with one, you probably notice it can be hard to control. The tool vibrates, it doesn't have a base plate, and clean cuts take a little technique. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to use an oscillating multi-tool by avoiding 6 common mistakes that cause messy cuts. Now, unlike a circular saw or a jigsaw, a multi-tool doesn't sit on the surface. You have to support it yourself. Always use 2 hands. And brace your wrist or hold your knuckles down. So grab it like this, brace the end, and then make your cut. Now, whatever direction you're coming at, you may be able to put your arm down like that, or you may need to use your hand. There's different ways to brace it, but always make sure you're bracing it with 2 hands. This allows you to get straighter cuts and more accurate cuts. Now, a lot of beginners immediately plunge straight into the wood. Just go straight in. However, what I've found is that this is where you get messy cuts. You want to make a shallow groove along the wood. And then that groove will allow you to follow it and just keep going deeper and deeper with your multi-tool. But if you didn't have that groove, you could be going all over the place. And also, what I recommend is go at full speed. Don't go on a lower speed setting, because this is where it sort of jumps around. You see? But watch at a quicker speed. Now, this wood isn't supported, so it still is moving, but watch on a lower speed. So it jumps about, but on a high speed, allows you to make that line without the wood jumping around and the blade jumping about, getting a less accurate cut. Now, the second mistake is about the actual blade itself. Using a large tooth blade cuts fast but leaves rough edges. For clean cuts, especially on trim, use a fine tooth precision blade. It cuts slower, but it gives you a much better control. Now, the fourth mistake is don't force the cut. Don't shove the blade straight into the wood. Instead, make little side to side passes, gradually going deeper. This prevents the blade from binding and clears out the sawdust while you cut. So rather than just going straight in, you can hear that struggling. Little side to side movements. And you'll get a much deeper and much cleaner cut. Now, the fifth mistake is running the tool too slow. A multi-tool cuts best at high speed. So if you have a rotating dial here or underneath to change your speed, or if you use the trigger to control the speed, cutting at a slow speed like that is much harder to get a cleaner cut than running at full speed. Because if the blade moves too slowly, the teeth grabs and tears the wood instead of slicing cleanly. So keep the tool running near or at maximum. Now, the sixth and most common mistake is using dull blades. As you can see, this one here, it's a very old one, and even though it's got a lot of life in it, if you're just starting out, it'll be much more difficult to cut with this one than this one here, which is brand new. and multi-tool blades dull quickly. When they do, the tool stops cutting and starts scraping. If your cuts suddenly get slower or messy, it's probably time to swap the blade. One thing to remember, oscillating multi-tools aren't meant for precise, square finish cuts because they vibrate and they are guided freehand, as we can see. Edges can come out slightly rough, but precise plunge cuts in tight spaces, nothing beats them. Use the right blade, score your cut line and take shallow passes, you'll get much cleaner results. Thanks for watching. Check out the description for the tool and blades used in the video. And if you found the video helpful, don't forget, smash that like, smash the subscribe, and thank you for watching.